Hello, hello. You are listening to 100.9 FM, the Big Voice Radio. We are KWTN, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska. And right now it is time for the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. I am your host, Coach Q, and I'm here with my big brother, Buffalo Bass, Quadruple B.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, B-Love, we have a very, very interesting and fun evening planned tonight. We're going to talk about this past Saturday night. Our nephew, our Chunchke, Bud Crawford, went out there and displayed. He just showed everybody what we all been saying.
Yeah.
And Errol Spence Jr. He took a beating the other night, and we're gonna talk about that tonight. We'll talk about that in depth. And me and you both sat there and watched the fight together, and man, we'll talk about that, man. Well, we're gonna get into it, you guys. And so, any of you guys watched the fight on this past Saturday that are listening to the sports talk show tonight, or watching on your Facebook or YouTube, leave some comments about the fight. Tell us what you think about the fight. Tell us who you think that is next in Bud Crawford's line. So, give us a shout out on there. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I know that probably the next 10 episodes, possibly 11, we're going to be talking about the Huskers at least a little bit from time to time.
Quince is a big fan, y'all. Quince is a big
fan. Yes. This year, I'm going to be a fan until they lose. Hey, but we're going to get into that because I printed some stuff out, man. We got some interesting stuff to talk about. As you can see, I'm wearing my Husker gear right here. I wear Husker gear all the time, everybody.
Someone take a picture of that. You can never seen him with no Husker gear on. Can we get a close-up?
You know, I always try to dress a little bit appropriate for the episode itself, and we're going to talk about the Huskers football. But our scholar athlete spotlight special guest tonight is Mr. Aaron LaPointe.
Oh.
Say hello, Aaron.
How's it going, everybody?
All right, so I had to wear my Husker stuff because Aaron is an alumni from UNL, where the Huskers, they roam down there a lot. So Aaron's here tonight. He's going to give us a pretty good story. So, we're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about. I know that I didn't watch any of the games, man. It was too hot, and plus we was all busy at the powwow this past weekend.
Yeah.
But the Whirling Thunder had the co-ed, the women, and the men's softball tournament, the powwow tournament.
Yep.
I have the results of that. I sent it to Beth. She's going to show them. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then a special shout out from Pilar. She sent it to me. She wants to get the word out to the people that she's very thankful. So we're going to get into that, guys. We're going to get into that, okay?
Cool.
But right now, what we're going to get into, we have Aaron LaPointe. He's here with us today. He listened to a few of the past episodes, and he kind of heard some inspiring stuff from his fellow how would you say, not even coworkers, but just fellow people here in Winnebago that also went out and got their degrees, came back, and now they're doing good things in our community here. And Mr. Aaron LaPointe, he has a really good story. I know he went through high school here in Winnebago, was a big athlete there, big name athlete. Graduated out, and we're going to talk about that. So Aaron, say hello again to everybody.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm glad to be a part of the show, and thank you for asking me to be a part of this. And I hope I can share some information that's inspiring to the young people. And I like giving shout outs to the people that helped me get to where I am, because it's true that with all success, there's a lot of people behind the scenes making it happen for somebody. So I got to give shout outs to everybody.
Yeah. Not only does it takes a community to raise a person, but I mean all the other people that you met, in your adventure out there in the college world, and I'm sure you're gonna give some shout outs. So let's get it going then. So we always start out with trying to let the guests talk a little bit about their upbringing. Who their inspiring people was as they were coming up as kids. So maybe kind of take us through a little story through your upbringing.
Yeah, so I was born and raised here in Winnebago. I went to St. Augustine's. That's kind of where I started. I went to school there all the way till high school. Went to Winnebago Public School, I know we're talking about sports here. When I was growing up, even I would say my grade school years, like second through, it had to have been 7th, 8th grade. I was big into skateboarding. I don't know if
I remember that.
my brothers remember that, but
Yeah.
skateboarding was a big thing for me. I played sports on and off, but that was one of my loves. And then about 4 or 5 concussions in, I decided I better take something else on because I got a couple fake teeth and too many concussions. Let's do something a little easier.
That's a lot of nugget there too. Taking hits.
Yeah, rough.
I think I was just top heavy trying to cruise around on that thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
But-
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, I grew up playing all those sports. Living in Winnebago, you got the opportunity to play youth football. I remember playing baseball one year. That was always fun. My love was really for football growing up, and then, like I said, skateboarding kind of took the opportunities away for me in that sport because the contact sports kind of can cause some issues when you have that many concussions. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, then basketball, obviously growing up, especially in my family with the LaPointe family, it's a big thing. Any little get together we had, there was a game of 21, horse, 3-on-3, whatever it was. So you almost had to play.
Even dunk contests on those little hoops.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, growing up, I was raised around sports, and it was important for me to be involved in a lot of the different sports. I had family members that were good at basketball, good at football, good runners, all of that stuff. So I got to be a part of all of it. And I think after high school, going into college and playing college basketball, that was just kind of the opportunity. I had the opportunity to play college football as well, but I don't know how long that would have lasted with all them concussions. So.
It's crazy, bro. I know I'm old and everything, but I don't remember you playing football. I don't remember you playing football. Did you play for real?
I remember. I think it was your freshman year. I think you was starting quarterback or something. You broke your collarbone or something, right?
My freshman year, I was a starting running back,
Oh.
and my freshman year was the first year we went to 8-man. So I think we broke the 55-game losing streak our first game, and that was like so many years of losses. But they were playing 11-man. They were playing much different schools. We played like the Omaha School of the Blind or something. We got the win though. But we broke the losing streak, and yeah, I loved playing football. That was one of my passions. But I did break my collarbone my sophomore year, and that kind of got rid of playing high school. Then I came back and played quarterback for a couple of years. But
man, I don't know what the heck was going on. I was going through a dark time in my life. I don't remember that.
You were probably out in the circuit.
Yeah, I was probably
Probably out in the circuit. You heading out every weekend to play ball. So I remember I was there though, every game. Yeah. So getting into high school, I remember you guys' squad because I was one of your guys' coaches, and man, you guys had a good squad, man. You and Big Jeremy, Kenny Boy, Christian. You guys had a good solid, probably about a good five guys that don't even want to sub you out. I think that was a couple other guys were man, I can't remember.
Is that when Kunabass and Trey and those guys were all freshmen?
When these guys were seniors, when Aaron and them were seniors, yeah, they were. Then the other squad was freshmen. But when Aaron first got in high school, man, I remember Randy was coaching. Randy asked me, "Hey, come coach with me, and let's do this. We got the squad because we coached them as they were coming up."
Yeah.
Well, then remember your guys' freshman year? I think you only won one game.
Yeah, we won one game the whole season.
They won one
we
game.
We played a lot of freshmen the whole year.
The same Omaha for the blind team.
Yeah.
You guys beat.
No, they might have got us.
No, but
we beat Macy or Santee or something.
It was a turning point for Winnebago at that point because we consistently had a non-native coaching at our school, and then I remember I coached with Corey Pfister one time, so we kind of got in there a little bit, and then we had Kenny Whitehead for a year or two or something like that, and then we just kept on getting these non-native coaches, and then Randy stepped in and he said, "Oh, I'm going to try for it." And he did it, and he coached for like 6 or 7 years, and we went from winning one game, one season. That was this guy's freshman year. Then we got to getting into the conference championship game, losing in double overtime by 3 by a buzzer beater, and so it's a big turnaround in a program from one win to becoming almost the conference champs.
Yeah.
But
well, then you got all that extra talent. I mean, all the talent coming up too. I mean, Winnebago always had talented teams, but you get a coach in it that kind of knows how to corral all that talent and use it in certain ways. Then yeah, that's when it comes. You know, then along with Randy's 36 timeouts a game, that must have helped out a little bit.
Yeah, but I think Aaron, and when Christian was a senior, and then Aaron was a junior, then I think that's when Winnebago turned it around right there. And then after that, then we didn't have those gaps in between, like between the classes like we did. And yeah, anyway, but I remember that little journey through your high school years, and you guys was one game away from state. I remember, and I remember that's something you guys wanted. You guys wanted that badly, you know.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, it was a
that was the team. That was the team too that we thought was gonna get us there with that team. Because then Sky in South Sioux then, or did he come back as a freshman?
He was there as a freshman. Yeah.
His freshman year.
See, that was it right there.
And then he sold out after that.
Sold out. Sky sell out. Well,
he's showing his 2 rings to you like this. Yeah, he went to sell out. Let's go. Yeah, shout out to Sky guy. All right, so graduated from Winnebago. You know, graduated. I think weren't you graduate with honors too? He was on this honor roll and everything.
Yeah, I was a valedictorian of the class.
Let's go. You know, that's always something interesting when you got your valedictorian and then he or she is your prime athlete. You know, that doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. You know, and I think that's just, I mean, that's a blessing right there, man. So so after while you were in high school, what was your plans in high school? And you know, were colleges looking at you? Were you getting letters? And
yeah, when I was in high school, it was, I don't know, I didn't know if I wanted to go to college or not. I mean, obviously I could do the book work, but yeah, it wasn't until my junior year that I actually kind of started to get a few looks. I was, like I said, I was enjoying football, so Adam James was helping me find some opportunities in football, but the basketball opportunity really just came out of nowhere. I remember I talked to my coach about how he even found out about me, and he's like, I came to watch the person you were playing, and then I seen you, and it's like, all right. And then we talked after the game. I remember we played Emerson, and believe it or not, Emerson used to actually be really good at basketball back then, like my junior and senior year. So there was a kid there that he was recruiting, and we played Emerson at Emerson, and we beat him. And after the game, our principal, his name was Kernan back then, and he was like, hey, the coach wants to talk to you, or this coach from Briar Cliff, and he knew Kernan as well, so his name was Todd Berry, and so we kind of chopped it up after the game, and he's like, I want to come to a couple open gyms, and I'll make sure I come watch a couple of your games. So through my junior and senior year, he would send coaching staff down, and that was kind of the path I took. I had an offer from Doane as well, but the connection wasn't there. Todd Berry was really one of the people that helped me see that as not a real opportunity to actually go to college and play sports. And at that point, there wasn't a lot of people from Winnebago that did that. That got college offers to go play basketball or any type of sport, and then they go on and do it. And so I was lucky to see. I got to give a shout out to my sis Pilar. The year before I got my offer, she got an offer from Briar Cliff as well. So she got to do this big signing thing in front of the school, and then that next year was my turn, and I got the offer from them, and I decided to go with them, and it was probably one of the best decisions I made at that point in my life was to really take that leap, because I was honestly I wasn't very confident in myself, because I was like, well, I'm just from a small town. We're playing C2 basketball, and there's all these big athletes up there, and Briar Cliff was really well known for their men's basketball team back then, and they were going to the national tournament all the time, and so but having that coach, that mentor at that time really helped me, and I know that we talked about it. What was one of those things? How does sports help? How did that help you to your successes? And it truly does develop some responsibility around, like, you really got to take school seriously.
Yeah.
And so having that opportunity, and then having the support. I mean, when you got to go to study hall every morning, then you got weights and lifting and conditioning and practice, and then you go back to tutoring, and like you got 5 or 6 coaches over your shoulder every day. It really helped make that transition, because I mean, growing up with just my mother and my older siblings, like I always kind of needed that guidance of, hey, get out of bed, get to class, all that stuff.
A little push.
And I think my coach kind of took my mom's spot at that point and made sure I went to class, made sure I did my homework and stuff. So But yeah, that's
good.
kind of how that opportunity came, and it was really cool to do that in front of my community, like do the signing of the letters of intent and things like that. And I know that really helped other athletes to see like familiar faces doing that, and just not the big name people on TV or anything.
Yeah, seeing Pilar in the previous year, and then you coming up the next year after that, signing, it kind of start like a little snowball effect, because it start happening more and more often, and then now we got multiple athletes every year signing with different colleges and playing different sports and stuff like that. So you guys should be really proud that you guys are one of the I guess a couple of the people that started this all off, you know. And I know that there's during your high school years, which that's where we're at the story right now. There's maybe some people, I heard you mention your mom, or maybe there's some people that you want to give those shout outs to that help you get through those years there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in high school, Quincy was one of my coaches. I've always had a strong work ethic, and I always pushed myself in whether it was academics or sports, but I always pushed my teammates too. But a lot of my mentorship came from sports, like Adam James as my football coach, and Quincy and Randy and RJ.
Who's Quincy?
Coach Q.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I don't think too many people know him like Quincy up here.
That was my young coach name was Quincy. I got to be old man now. I'm just Coach Q.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna argue there.
But yeah, a lot of my mentorship came from that. Like my male role models were either my brothers or my coaches.
Yeah.
So growing up, that's what it was, and I got to see a lot of my family doing like I got to give a shout out to my brother Jeff. He was playing basketball at that time in college too. So seeing him do it, and he was doing it with a kid and all that stuff. So I was like, man, I think I can do this.
It's doable.
And yeah, but most importantly, I mean, obviously my mother, she was the person that pushed me.
Yeah.
No matter what. So.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Auntie Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, getting through high school, you made that big decision. Talked to that coach, and you got this idea to go to Briarcliff. So go ahead and take us through a little journey through your little stay at Briarcliff.
Yep. So, like I said, my first year was a little nerve-wracking. It was, I mean, coming from Winnebago Public School, you know everybody in the community. Then you go to a school like that where it's hard to make friends, and literally you're probably one of the only native kids there. Luckily, Briarcliff isn't a huge school, so we always called it like a high school, because you pretty much knew everybody after a certain amount of time. But it's hard to make friends for especially kids in our community coming from Winnebago Public School, when you're surrounded by your family, friends, and in a small community. But that first year was tough. Luckily, my roommate was one of my teammates, and he was from Wakefield. That's still one of my close friends named Chad Clay. And I think that was a big part of making that transition from Winnebago to college was the friendships, and sports almost made that happen for me. I almost had to be friends with my teammates. I seen them every day. I spent more time with them than I did anybody else. So that really helps make that transition easier for you when you can make friends. That's why I when we have kids that go to college and they're not involved in sports or any extracurricular activities in college, it can be tough for them, because it's hard for them to make friends when they're not. I mean, from a social aspect, you're surrounded by Native Americans your whole life, living in Winnebago. Then you go off and you're now the minority when the non-natives in Winnebago are the minority typically. So it's a shift.
I want to say thank you to you, because the words that a lot of people use when they come on here, the people from Winnebago and other res communities too, is that word culture shock.
Culture shock.
Yep.
You just gave like the best definition I heard right now of culture shock, because that's exactly what it is right there.
Yeah. But sports really helps make that
Yeah.
happen for you. And I'm not saying that's the determining factor of success in college is doing sports. So you do that. There's people that have the social skills to make friends, or they just have the determination, and they're very responsible and hold themselves accountable to get their work done. But I think it's an important thing. And when I was coaching high school boys for a while, I always instilled that in them. Use the sport as a tool to get through school, to pay for school, to help you make friends in college, to really help pave a way for you to be a contributing member to society and being a strong adult moving forward. So, but yeah, I might have went off track a little bit, but it was really good. There was a couple of, I mean, obviously my freshman year, I had the coach that recruited me, and Todd Berry, and like I said, one of my big mentors, but he ended up leaving after my first year, so that wasn't the best thing. But our assistant coach that was a part of the recruiting process, he actually moved to be our head coach, Nick Nelson. But it wasn't the same. I enjoyed myself. I played a couple of years there and made a lot of friends and really set the foundation for myself to continue to do college. After a couple of years, you're like, well, let's just finish this thing out. I'm already halfway done. Let's get it done. But yeah, it was a good experience. I enjoyed myself, and I can't say anything bad about that school. They really helped pave the way for me to continue my education, and made a lot of really good friends that I'm still really good friends with now. Some of my friends I made there I work with and indirectly, or I still hang out with them. It was one of the funnest times of my life. I mean, doing the dorm life, being off on your own after you're 18, 19 years old, going out and having fun. I always tell my boys it's something to experience in your life. To go out and do that and just enjoy that freedom and experience that for yourself. Yeah.
So as that second year up at Briarcliff was like coming to an end, I know that there was probably some different plans boiling up. Hindsight 2020, looking back, I kind of know a little bit of the story, but I know that you ended up transferring.
Yep. So after my third year there, I didn't play basketball my junior year, but I knew that Briarcliff isn't cheap, and without a sports scholarship there, it didn't really make sense for me to stay there when I could go to the university for much cheaper. And at that point, I start dating my girlfriend, which is now my wife, Jade, and decided, hey, I'll go join her at the university. It's a third of the price. Get to go experience the university vibes, the Husker vibes, all that stuff, and so that's what I did. I transferred out of there and went down to the university, and that's where I finished out at. And another one of those big decisions that turned out to be really good for me, and found my future wife. I got to study a career that I love, and I got to bring that back to the community. And obviously, people in the community see what's sprouted from the knowledge gained at UNL.
Yes. So that's what I was going to ask you first. When you were at Briarcliff, what was your major at Briarcliff?
I was all over the place, and I got to share that because there might be some college kids listening or something.
Exactly.
I didn't even declare my major till my second year at UNL, so I was all over the place. I was like business. I want to be an athletic trainer, and then I took anatomy, and I'm like, no, that ain't for me. And then I went into environmental science. That's where I found a love for just the outdoors, and that's when I learned about tribal land and the opportunities, because I was working at EPA when I was studying environmental science, and I was like, man, there's so much opportunity there. And so that's what kind of transitioned to UNL. And then it was like, UNL is known for the ag program. I was like, man, let's do this. I see a great opportunity for the tribe and myself. So that's where it all happened.
Man, so graduation from UNL, you graduated with a what?
With my bachelor's in mechanized systems management, which is the College of Agriculture. Then I got a minor in agronomy.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Go ahead and read that. We got a comment on our Facebook page there, Buff. Go and read that.
From Matt Grant asking how to prepare our young student athletes for the college life.
I think, I'll try and answer that.
Yeah.
But preparing them is it happens way before their senior year in high school. This is something that's got to be happening throughout their entire life as parents and as coaches when we're coaching these young people into high school is teaching them about accountability, responsibility, all those foundational things that'll help get them to the next level. But if you go into college thinking it's just going to be a cakewalk and think, oh, I'm playing sports, the professors will be all right, they'll think it's all right. No, there's in the college world, when you're playing sports in college, it's the next man up. If you miss practice, oh, big deal, move on. We got the next guys ready.
Somebody else wants to play.
There's 15, 20 athletes there playing a sport of 10. There's people ready to go. So I think it's important to establish those foundational skills and leadership skills to really hold yourself accountable and take responsibility for all your actions, and you really have to do it for yourself, really. I mean, there's a lot of people that go to school and say, I want to do this for my mom, I want to do this for my dad, I want to do this for my community, but it really comes down to doing it for yourself. If you're really doing it for yourself, there's no more drive you can find when you want something better for yourself. That's and true. Investing in yourself. So
perfect.
Yeah, that's true. Well, those are some good words right there, Aaron. I mean, there are a number of young folks that are listening to this sports show. So, you guys that are listening, we have these former Winnebago athletes that went on to college and graduated. They're out here giving everybody a little bit of piece of advice, and it's all different advice every week. And at some point, there's one of these kids going to hear something that's going to snap me and be like, "Hey, he's right." Yep. And that might motivate them to keep on going too. So, thank you for the words right there, Aaron. So, so you graduated from UNL, and then so we're gonna get into like what's going on with you now. I know you got a big responsibilities up here back home in Winnebago at HCI up there.
Yeah. Well, now I mean I'm here living in Winnebago. I bought a house here about 5 years ago. I have a 5-year-old son, Aaron Jr. Got married a couple of years ago. I've been with my wife for 11 years now, and now I'm working at Ho Chunk Inc. And I started off as just working for Ho Chunk Farms, and just most recently in the past couple of years I've been taking on much more of a executive leadership role. I work with the executive team a lot on looking at what the future looks like for Ho Chunk Inc. And I currently oversee I oversee 4 divisions. So I oversee Ho Chunk Farms. I have a new farm manager, Corey Cleveland, who hopefully will get to hop on the show too. And then I manage HCI Distribution, all of their companies, Sweetgrass Trading Group, Rock River Manufacturing, and then I oversee the Pony Expresses, which is our stores and our Sweetwaters, and then management services as well, which is our groundskeepers and housekeepers. And I went from having one employee to I think I have 125 employees now. 125?
Man.
And now I mean I can't even say what my role is there or exactly what I'm doing, because it's something new all the time. I'm from doing strategic planning of what it looks like for each division to Ho Chunk Inc. as a whole. What's our plan? What does it look like? What are our priorities? How are we going to make the biggest impact in Winnebago, and what are the next business ventures? How are we going to leverage all these opportunities? And I mean, I love my job, and I always share that with all of the young people I talk to or anybody I talk to. I mean, I don't wake up like, I gotta go to work. I mean, I pray that everybody in their lifetime gets to experience that, where they're like, they just wake up, it's time for work. I mean, it doesn't feel like work. And I know that my colleague Corey Cleveland always says that when he talks to you too. He's like, work don't even feel like work because I enjoy it, and I hope everybody gets that opportunity. And I think it was through education, it was through opportunity, it was through a lot of different things that have gotten me to this point. But I've had mentors from grade school. I even think about my coaches in grade school, like Paco and like Ed Pear and Eugene, and like had a lot of, like, you were coaching me back then, and all the way to now I got professional coaches, professional mentors with Lance Morgan and Annette Hamilton and all the executive leadership there, and some of our business leaders there. And you never stop learning, and you never stop having coaches. That's one thing that's I've seen from sports is I've always looked up to somebody playing sports. It's either looked up to them as an athlete, looked up to them as a coach, a mentor, and it's still happening to this day. At 32 years old, I have coaches still, and I have mentors, I have teammates. I mean, the people I work with, they're my teammates. I'm not their boss. I mean, we're in it for the same thing. We want the best for our company, for our community, and whatever that entails. And it really comes full circle. It's all perspective, though. I mean, you can look at it any way you want, but I think sports played a huge role in the way I think. And I mean, obviously I was competitive in sports, so now I challenge myself, I challenge my wife, I challenge my son, I challenge my employees, my teammates, all of that. I mean, it's never ending, and if you can have that mindset as an athlete, it's important for your future success.
Man,
perfectly said.
You know what? I was trying to go down the list of questions and stuff that I was going to ask you, and everything you said right now, you just summed up like all the rest of the stuff we was going to talk about.
Yeah.
So that was perfect, and Buff said you summed it up perfect. couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I worked a lot with the interns this summer, and sure, there was all kinds of athletes as interns at each site, and I was real happy to be able to speak to them and be a part of their stuff. And I was like, you guys are all athletes. Some of you guys, I mean, we had David Winget as an intern. I mean, we had some great athletes as in our internship program. Like, that fire that you have to be the best player, to be the fastest, the strongest, have that same desire to be the best professional, the best student, all that stuff. If you can transfer that energy to that, it's, I mean, the opportunities are endless, because you already proven that you're dedicated and your hard work is going to create success for you in sports. Transition that into your adulthood, because, I mean, I hate to say it to our athletes, but I mean, there's gonna be a day when you're not doing it anymore. Like, I try to play basketball every once in a while, but I'm like, no, that's part of my past.
Yeah, I'm done.
Can we get a close up on my shirt?
Stand up. You gotta stand up. Look at it there.
Perfectly said.
If I had hair, that might actually make some sense. But it's funny. My wife pointed that out to me at Palo Alto. She's like, "This is totally you." I'm like,
for those of you on the radio, Buff is wearing a shirt that has a big chubby Jordan Jumpman that says "Used to just do it."
My daughter got this for me.
That's a good one. Hey, man, Aaron, thanks for the stories. I'm just gonna touch up on a couple of things that I wrote down as you were talking and stuff. That year, your senior year was like, I think 7 points away from state, and man, we was right there. We wanted to be there. Anyway, we didn't make it, so I know that was kind of on that night. I know it was probably really one of those nights like, oh man, I'm just like, I'm gonna go crawl in the cave, and just crawl on the rock and just kind of go cry my eyes out. But back in 2015, you was coaching with Jeff, right?
Yep.
And then you guys actually got to be on the coaching staff for
2016. I was a year after the state championship.
So you guys got a chance to go down, because you went down 3 times after that.
Yeah. So
how did that feel compared to being a player and missing the state tournament, but being a coach and making the state tournament and going far too?
Yeah, it was a cool experience. I wish me and my teammates back then could have had that opportunity. But it was, I mean, we had some great teams when I coached 2016. I mean, all the way from our 3rd place finish to losing in overtime in the state championship to Wahoo when Devon and them were seniors. I mean, some great teams, but man, those guys were great players, but they were great kids just to be around too. And that was an important part of those teams. Is, I mean, they could all score, they could play defense, they could do all that, but they enjoyed themselves. I mean, hanging out with them off of the court, you get to watch them on the court. It's beautiful seeing them dominate teams and play together so well. But what happened off the court is what made that happen. They were there for each other on and off the court, no matter what. And getting to see them go down to Lincoln and be a part of that environment. And at that point, everybody knew Winnebago. Everybody, when we were walking into hotels or restaurants or places to eat, they knew who we were. And those boys, they soaked it up. They loved it up, and it was a great experience for them. And I mean,
Devon, one more dribble on that last second when he missed that floater.
Yeah.
One more dribble, one more step, layup, ball game. State champs.
Hey.
We weren't even supposed to be there. We went on a wild card that year.
Yeah.
But we were playing.
Yeah. We were playing. Dave graduated and he wasn't there no more, and brought in Lance Denny. Shout out to Ron Denny for letting your boy come down here.
6'6" and a different type of body what we're used to.
Yeah.
Everybody's wondering what was going to happen.
Well, hey man, I can't wait till we go back down for real.
It's coming up.
Hopefully it's gonna be soon,
It's coming up.
Okay, another thing I wrote down. One thing that we passed up, but when you were in high school, before you graduated out, you and Trey Blackhawk and my son Greg took a little trip overseas. What about that Switzerland trip?
Yeah, that would have been after my senior year. And we got to take, I want to say it was like a week and a half, 2-week trip. We went out to North Carolina and trained for 3 or 4 days with some of the best trainers in basketball. The guy that trained us, he trained Kobe Bryant, a lot of the big name athletes. And I still follow him on social media.
Oh yeah.
And that's where we met our teammates. We did like a 3 or 4 week training right there in Raleigh. And then we flew over to Switzerland for an international tournament and represented Team USA. And we had different age group teams. I was obviously on the older guys teams, but we had a couple of young guys, Greg and Trey. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. I know that there was like a Team Europe that had kids that played in the Olympics the year prior. They were playing on the team and playing really high level basketball, and it was just a great experience. And I mean, it's something that I know a lot of athletes locally get a chance to do that, and I would say take advantage of it. I know it can be expensive, but get some fundraisers going. We raised I remember fundraising every weekend when we had that. We had to pay for a lot of that stuff, but the things that we learned and the people we got to meet, and it's something we'll still talk about to this day, obviously. And I mean, our team, we did all right, but they did have like a all tournament team. They picked 5 players, and I was the all tournament team point guard. There was only 2 people from the U.S. that got on the all tournament team, and
you and who?
I don't know, some guy from, I don't even know where he was from.
Some guy that's in the NBA, I don't know.
Some guy that's professional now somewhere.
But it was fun. We got to meet Shannon Brown. That was back when he was kind of a big name for the Lakers. And
we said that last week when Greg was doing his interview.
Oh, yeah.
He brought up Shannon Brown was one of the coaches. Like I said, Google Shannon Brown.
You guys see some bunnies. You'll see some bunnies.
I still got his signed jersey in my basement.
No snap. No, put it on swap. Nah. Okay, then the last thing I was going to do, I was just going to add on to the question that the gentleman had on the Facebook post there. It was about preparing athletes for college and stuff. One thing that I was going to say too is if your kid's going to school like here in Winnebago or one of the neighboring communities here, one of these small schools, and if you need to make them bring homework home and sit them down at the table and do homework with them. You don't have to do their homework for them, but make them do their homework, because if you get them in that routine where they get home and they already did I already did my work at school, and they don't utilize their extra time to study and stuff like that, then they're not going to make it in college. I mean, it's going to be really tough for them to do that, But so what I'm trying to say is the parents get your kids in good study habits. Have them bring homework home. If they don't have homework, have them bring either extra credit home or at least books so they can read through that subject a little bit, because every day should be just like practice. Just like basketball practice, football practice, volleyball practice. We got to get good at these skills by practice. And so that's the only thing I was going to add on there too, because all of us have to do that.
Good ad. Good ad.
Okay, so our last thing, and then I know Aaron's got to get up out of here, is Nebraska Cornhuskers football is going to be our next subject. So I want you to give your little perspective as an alum of what you know about the football team this year, and after you give your perspective, you can dab at me and Buff, and then we'll take over from there.
Well, I didn't dive into the team that much this year. In years past I have, then I just get mad by the third game, so
That's me too.
wasted my time doing research. But I guess I'm excited for the new coaching staff for sure. See how that turns out. We never know how that could turn out, but yeah, it's been a tough 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was
try 20 years.
I mean, at least when I was down there, we were winning a couple of games anyway. But it was, I mean, I don't know. From my research, I'm just hoping we can win. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And I like to go down there and just enjoy the vibes too. I mean,
The vibe.
Brought my son to his first Husker game last year, and hope I get to do that and not be mad while we're there. Like, just go get a couple wins and live up to the standard that we have for them.
We can win. I mean, I'll be happy if we win 6 games, make a bowl game. But one of them 6 games, let it be Iowa, because I got so many Iowa friends that just talking smack the last 6-7 years now. So when they won this last one, you can rest assured I was on every one of them. I just messed with them. It was crazy.
Yeah, those posts can get pretty crazy too. You got a few minutes for me to go over a little bit about the Huskers?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, hold on, Reed, before you do
No,
that.
you go as I'm pulling this up.
No, I'm just saying, okay, I'm just quick little questions. So what's up with them student tickets? You get tickets?
I've never gotten student tickets. I did the student section a few times, but
What about alum tickets?
Yeah.
I've never really looked into it. A lot of the games I go to, I get tickets.
What
about free tickets for us? That's what I'm getting to.
Bro, what about alum tickets, bro?
I've never even explored that. So.
All right, well, we're gonna have to take this guy with his golf
Cut
and
us off the air. We'll ask him again.
Okay, so I printed a couple of things I would talk to you guys about. Okay, so Nebraska Cornhuskers schedule this year. I'll just go in sequence. I'm not going to do the dates, but it goes Minnesota, Colorado, Northern Illinois, Louisiana Tech, Michigan, Illinois, Northwestern, Purdue, Michigan State, Maryland, Wisconsin, and then Iowa that last game. So I was looking at that schedule and I was like, man, you know, they're playing a lot of tough teams.
All of them.
But
Most of them.
I also did this research. College top 25. Out of the players, on all the teams that the Huskers got on their schedule, Michigan is the only ranked team, only preseason ranked team on their entire schedule.
Preseason.
Yeah. So when you're saying 6 wins or get to a bowl game, right now it looks good. Right now it looks real good.
Well,
but I know that
you can't even count any of those dumb out of conference games early because we thought we had those, you know, those conference game out of conference game last time here. I think one of them took us out. And what game was that? I was ready to
Nebraska School of the Blind.
That was it. They moved up to college level now.
Yeah, after they beat Aaron and those guys, they moved them up.
But I don't know. Minnesota's they're always kind of hit and miss. They're pretty good. Colorado, we don't know what's going to happen. That's a whole Big 8.
That's going to be Colorado. Going to be pretty exciting to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, so with Deion Sanders, is that his name?
Yeah, prime time.
That then I think from what I believe is that Guerin, what do we call him? MC
DJ Guaranteed.
I think they're trying to plan something on having that down on the big screen. I think that's
the Nebraska Colorado game.
Yeah, I think that's 11 a.m. game there too. So I think that so they're gonna try to do something like that, but.
I'll DJ.
DJ what?
I'll DJ. I'll DJ during commercials.
Yeah, we better have those all those little beat things to mark out our cuss words.
All your gangster rap.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, hey man, Aaron. Hey bro, I thank you for coming up here, sharing your stories, man. I know that there's, like I said, there's a lot of listeners out there.
You ain't gonna hit him with a couple of them questions right there.
Oh hey,
he's here. Got it for another 10 seconds. Go ahead.
On the athlete nicknames?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I had a nickname. I mean, I still have a nickname, but I don't think it's related to sports.
How about let's talk about some of the nicknames, because I didn't print no actual questions out for that. I was just gonna we were just gonna talk about
go ahead. I'll just holler some out and ask us.
All right. How about some old Husker nicknames?
Jeez. Do you even know him?
I know Kenny Skywalker. Remember him?
Oh yeah, he was that
deaf guy. That deaf guy. What is he? A lineman?
Linebacker or something?
Yeah, he's a big old dude.
Played basketball against him down in Wall Hill. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, he couldn't really hear, but he can jump. Big guy, jump up and dunk on Quince every little while.
Oh.
I don't know no nicknames unless you want to go. Just holler out some NBA ones.
NBA ones?
Ask Aaron. Ask him a couple. See if you're old. Gotta be old school though.
Gotta be old school because you guys don't watch basketball on TV no more.
We can't. LeBron killed it. LeBron and Manny killed it for us.
Every episode he brings up Manny and LeBron. Man. Every episode. The glove. Who is the glove?
If you can't answer, I'll answer.
Go ahead.
Gary Payton.
You know who Gary Payton is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Quick.
What?
The Quick.
I don't know, dude. I don't know who that is.
Nick the Quick.
Oh, Nick Van Exel?
Let's go. I don't know if I said Nick. If I said Nick the Quick, then I just gave you the answer.
Oh, okay.
All right. Aaron. Chocolate Thunder.
I'm guessing I know what he looks like, but I don't know his name.
You look like that fool right there.
All right.
Daryl Dawkins.
Dawkins.
He was always at All West, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then for Love of the Game, too, down in Oklahoma, he was down there, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I know.
Only one I know is The Answer. I used to like.
The Answer? AI?
Yeah.
Oh, AI.
Only one,
the 6 foot point guard.
Yeah. We, as Jordan fans, we all got to thank God that Allen Iverson wasn't 6'6".
Oh, man. He would have did Jordan up eased. The Worm.
That was Jeremy Pear's nickname.
The Worm? Jeremy the Worm?
Yeah.
You know,
shout out Jeremy Pear.
Shout out to my big man, Jeremy Pear.
Yeah. My rebounder and inbounder.
Yeah. Hey, back in the day, Jeremy you guys, nobody ever passing the ball in the post, so he just said, heck with that, I'm going to go shoot threes too. Remember his senior year, he started shooting threes all the time.
That's when
He's 6'5", shooting threes.
See, that's when it started. Steph Curry and LeBron ruled the game. The worm, he's looking past it. You know who that is?
No.
Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman. The
You ain't know.
worm.
I don't know their nicknames.
You ain't know.
How about Air?
You know that one?
You know that one? What about the hick from French Lick?
Sounds like a nickname you made up for somebody.
No, it's not.
It's there.
Think about it.
He's
Only famous person from French Lick, Indiana.
Otherwise, you can say legend.
Legend.
Larry
Larry
Legend.
Bird?
It's about time.
I know
for
who
this-
Larry Bird is, but
Oh,
It's
okay.
about time for this guy to go. He ain't answering no damn.
I ain't that old.
I hate that old.
I was like,
Hit him with a couple new ones there.
Oh, a couple new ones. Man.
The Greek Freak.
Oh,
I don't know his actual name, but isn't he play for them Bucks?
yeah. Giannis?
Yeah, Giannis.
Giannis.
His last name. That's what I was trying to get.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to get to it because I don't think anybody in this room knows how to say his last name.
What about half man, half amazing?
That's Buff.
No, that's not. That's 4 men, half amazing.
You know that?
No.
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
Oh.
I'm already out.
Not that
All
old.
right, one last one. You know this one. If you don't, then
I'm out with him in the teeth.
we got a pound kicking you out.
Yeah.
Dr. J.
Julius Herb.
That's my
He
boy.
got one.
That's my boy right there.
Where's the clapping? Where's the clapping button at?
Yeah.
I remind her.
All right. Well, hey, we're gonna go ahead and let Aaron slide out of here. He's got to get to his next meeting here. Say thank you again, bro, for stopping up and sharing, man.
Great words too,
yeah,
bro.
Great words, man. The entire episode was just good, man. I appreciate your words.
Got
I
a
know
little
that-
bit more respect for you, and you know, talking like a grown man now.
Yeah, and not only the athletes, the kids appreciate it. Their parents probably really appreciate your words too.
Yeah.
So it sounds really good. Appreciate you.
Oh, we got a
Oh,
legend.
somebody just now walked in. Speaking of legend,
Larry Legends, are on
speaking of
there.
legend,
and all the nicknames.
we got DJ Guaranteed.
Oh, it's mic check, mic check.
Yeah, is it time to talk about
Bud
Terrence?
Crawford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was
All
just wanted to
right.
come in.
And Aaron's sticking
Yeah,
around.
mine.
He said,
All right, Aaron,
Okay, all right.
Aaron's out here. All right,
I didn't
hey.
miss it?
No, you didn't. We
Okay.
was actually getting right to it. Okay, now we're at the part of the program where we talk about recent events and recent kind of contests, stuff like that. Well, this past Saturday, Coach Q went live at the big fight. I was live from Wombly's basement, but I was live. Me and Buff was at. Oh,
If it wasn't during powwow, would you go out there to Vegas?
oh,
Did you see
man.
those ticket prices?
Nah, I ain't got that kind of money, man.
I don't know what was the cheapest one you seen because
$750 nosebleeds, like nosebleeds, man.
I don't know. If
I
was,
know, yeah.
If I was Gilly and with Raina, when Raina
yeah,
came
yeah.
out and snaps,
Yeah, I know, right?
if I was Gilly, I would have made Raina. Let's go.
Hey, that's Anti-Rena.
Anti-Raina.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
My bad. My fault, Digga Gilly.
Yeah, so anyway, this past weekend, our nephew, Bud Crawford. Oh, that's what I was gonna show you too. I don't know if you knew this, but everybody, if you can see this on thing, Nebraska Cornhuskers right here, and look at right here, the undisputed pound for pound champ signature right here on the
that's
side
right,
here,
On the headphones? No.
right there. Y'all see that?
You're gonna have him go over that.
That's my nephew. He's at my last birthday dinner. Okay, so
So who's gonna put on the appreciation meal?
oh man, I
No, I'm
don't
just
know.
playing.
It's after
The
Powell.
big voice.
The big voice can sponsor it, and
It's after Powell, I ain't cooking no more for a while.
No, but I wonder how many people in Winnebago got to watch it because I know powwow was going full force. You know what I mean? And it was an awesome powwow. Just to kind of recap that, I don't know if you're going to talk about that too, but
I really think that there's probably only the boxing fans out there,
The
going to
hardcore
go watch it.
boxing fans, yeah.
man. Yeah, because me and this guy, we were busy out to the Powell all day long.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
so
said-
was here.
I
So
know.
was Garen.
We said, hey, no, at 9:45 or at 9:52, we're out.
yeah, don't
so
tell
we're-
anybody. But I was
we'll-
like, Q,
we'll be
keep me
right
updated.
back. Yeah.
Let me know when to go in the ring. And then like for some reason they were calling for me, but I was gone.
MC Gary Coons, Gary Coons. All I heard crickets.
Yeah.
Sonny good. You got
But
it.
was you guys surprised? I mean, like, kind of walk us through because I missed them.
Man, so I try to send you some clips, man. But I mean, I was surprised a little bit about, I guess, how easy it looked.
Yeah.
It just seemed like during the whole fight, any of the hits that Spence hit Crawford with, they weren't even phasing him, man. He got him a good couple ones in his head and his face, stuff like that. But it just,
Who had the better introduction ring walk?
Oh, you already know.
oh man, bro.
Who
Let me
did
tell you
Terrence come out?
something,
Or Earl Spence?
Errol Spence came out with some dude.
You don't know?
No, he was rapping, and like the very first camera view, the dude had his shirt unbuttoned, and it was a big old chubby dude.
Oh.
all you saw was his belly button. Remember that?
What?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
You don't know who it was?
Oh man,
I'm glad I don't know.
And I
who
don't.
that
I don't
was,
even
too.
want to know who that was.
That's
No,
right.
man.
Wow.
Yeah, tattoo on the stomach, big old. Yeah.
It was
Weird.
like big worm or something.
Yeah.
man.
Dang, what
But
the heck?
anyway, he I mean, he had a decent song, but I think it was like a slow song, wasn't it, or something like that?
Did he come out last or did he come out
came
first?
out-
He came out first.
Really?
He had more belts, so Crawford was the challenger.
Yeah, so he come on, and then Crawford come with my other nephew.
Oh yeah, our other nephew, Eminem.
Eminem come out.
Yeah,
Was that pretty dope?
It was cool.
Yeah.
I think we were recording it, and I mean it's up. I think I even shared a couple things on Facebook today when I was on break.
Yeah, I like the whole experience, man. Like
on my lunch break.
from the introductions, that's the best part. The ring walks are part of the experience and everything. Because when they show the replays and stuff, they just show like ding round one and then all this and that. But I like the hype. You know what I mean? How they come out, how their look in their eye.
Yeah.
You can tell it right away. You know what I mean?
What I like when they do when you're talking about the hype, like Spence, I like it like when Pacquiao would come out back in the day, and it's just you respect your opponent there, and you do, they do the face off, and then they do the face off for pictures, and then you shake each other's hand and say, good luck. I like that. I don't like when they start talking, trying to sell it, trying to talk like Spence did. That's why then that makes everybody like, man, I just hope the dude gets whooped,
Yeah.
So I mean, and then opening round, first jab thrown from Crawford straight through his gloves and hit him right in the face. Crawford tagged him right in the face and snapped his head back. First punch thrown of the fight, and I was like, oh man, he's already getting through just that quick.
They gave the first round to Spencer.
Then it was one of those ones. They were dancing around, and it
wasn't
looked like there's little teenagers at the first homecoming dance trying to dance around.
That's expected.
Yeah, they were trying to feel each other out. Bud got him a couple times, and I think Spence must have got him a couple times. I didn't see him myself.
They probably just gave it to him.
We were all saying that it wasn't nothing happened. A lot of nothing. We were saying.
Yeah.
And just give that round to Crawford because he was the only one that was kind of like being busy, kind of bouncing around. Anyway.
Yeah,
Then the second round, that's when the first knockdown happened.
I even called it. I called it before the fight started. I said, I wonder when they're going to get going. I said, watch. Right at the end of the second round, like Rocky, because on Rocky it's always the end of the second round where they get all that drama and they start pushing each other around and stuff like that.
Well, Rocky's real.
I know. But
we know that.
But he ended up getting with that, with that hesitation, dropped him on his butt, man.
Dang. Was you surprised? I mean, like,
I was surprised he went to the ground so early.
Yeah, I was too. Because I mean, we watched Crawford fighting the last, I don't know how long it's been, 10 years, 8 years, whenever he's been stepping up. We all find out he's from Omaha and stuff. So every fight, they even announcing it too that he always gives the first few rounds he'll give them away because he's feeling you out, and then after about the fourth round or fifth round, it's go time. Because then he already knows how he can get you.
Yeah.
And he's just so smart of a boxer. It's just
right. He's downloading some data and then
and he's quick, and he's real quick. Like how they used to say, or they still say that Mayweather runs all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
This David Burns just because you brought Mayweather's name up, he says rumor is that Mayweather wants next on Crawford.
Crawford knocked him out.
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
No, it's not good. I mean, he's a little over the hill. He hasn't been boxing.
Yeah, the last exhibition that they had of Mayweather, he said he's washed up now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He kind of knows it. He's probably going to do some more exhibitions, and it's a paycheck for him.
If they do exhibitions, then just do it with Pacquiao again. I mean, you can bring in some money for them guys.
Yeah, like Roy Jones and Mike Tyson, that exhibition fight. You know what I mean?
So you go Pacquiao Pacquiao and Mayweather again. I mean, that one won't be that many punches because Pacquiao runs and
Yeah.
so. But I mean, it's people still. I mean, you still get some clumsy guys that are going to buy it. And I mean, I might be one of them.
I tuned into the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, man. I bought that one.
They were good.
You know,
ones.
they had
were
some
good ones.
concerts in the middle, and then it's just like what it could have been, but still they had the names, and it wasn't bad. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
it wasn't bad. But I mean, if you got them both in their prime, and Roy Jones a lot quicker than Tyson.
Oh man.
But Tyson's a killer.
Yeah.
All he has to do just land once and it's over.
So to finish out the fight here, we the second round knockdown, and then he knocked him down again in the seventh round
twice.
Yeah.
and then finished him off in the ninth.
Yeah.
Straight up freaking referee. You know it's bad. I think like if the referee has to stop it, that's worse than not being able to get up.
Bro, I shared
you know what I mean?
something
Because they took a mercy basically.
Yeah,
Like
I shared some on Facebook today. You have to when I was on break. But they kept
Lunch break.
They kept showing that Spence talking. And
Yeah.
he was talking that he don't want to knock Crawford out. I didn't get to knock him out. I just want to beat him. It's more worse. You can end his career. You can do this by I'd rather just beat him, stuff like that. And then that thing completely the other way around. He just got hit with everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah,
I think I tuned in on the fourth round, and like he was bloody, and his eye was kind of like, and it was
Both
like,
of them
whoa.
kind of knotted
Then,
up.
then you look at Crawford, and
Barely even sweating.
he looked like he was ready to fight again.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
that is a bad dude. That is a bad dude, man. From Omaha, Nebraska. How crazy is that?
So what I was getting at earlier about even I don't care who Bud fights next though. He has the quickness like Mayweather for the retreat. Go in there, score some points, and retreat.
Yeah.
But he's quick like Mayweather was in his prime. But he's got like hands of steel, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got hands of steel. Mayweather can go in there, score some points, boom, boom, boom. In his younger days, he knocked some people out, but Bud's like he's just knocking people all the time.
Yeah, you have
And
power
he's so
in both
fast,
hands.
man.
Yeah.
I got another one here. Shaylin Joseph Dick, Jaron Boots, or Enos.
Boy,
Yeah,
We're on the radio.
He fought
Crawford
at
next.
one of Vegas. That this Boots guy.
yeah.
And I remember him. He come out with a big mirror, and he was looking at himself and stuff. So he's a big trash talker in himself, but he's a pretty good boxer. And shout out to Shaylin Joseph too,
Yeah.
man. He has the knockout of the century.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
for
The
Brawl for
Vegas
All.
knockout of the century. Yeah, man.
Maybe we can get him on here to talk about.
Maybe, hey, Shaylin, go share your knockout from that Winter Vegas one when you did that little
dance at the end.
afterwards.
Yeah,
share that
man.
share that on the big
viral
voice.
and everything, boy.
Share that on the big voice page, bro.
Shoot, I DJ'd and played the song as soon as
Yeah.
he got going. You know what I
That
mean? As
was
soon as that
tough.
knockout happened, hit play, and everybody just
Yeah.
went nuts.
Yeah,
man. It was cool.
It was
Shay,
bad.
you would've been mad if
Shannon,
you-
go ahead, bro. Go ahead and find that.
It would have been good if you would have played some fancy dance music.
I know, right?
Ooh,
I know.
Next time. Got
Next
you,
knockout.
Shaylin.
Nah, just play.
So Jaron Boots and Enos, they should fight each other. Whoever wins can take Bud on. That's what I say. You guys got to earn it now.
Yeah, I gotta look at the division, man.
Gotta earn that money.
I know the big one coming up now is Canelo and those twins, Charlo and Jamal Charlo.
He's fighting them both.
Well, I don't know. Was geared up to fight one backed out, so the other twin stepped up. You know what I mean? And that's supposed to be during September 30th out at Vegas. Think about going, man. You know what I mean? Canelo's starting to kind of slow up a little bit too, but I got to give it to that guy, man. He's what is he, like 40-0 or something like that? Or no, I think he has like 50 fights.
We talked about this the other night after the fight too. We was talking about that little maybe trying to sneaking off to go to one of them things.
Yeah, I know.
One of the Vegas fights.
Yeah.
Got to call Auntie Reyna real quick.
Oh man, Auntie Reyna, holler at us.
So then he got a little loan real
Need a
quick.
little-
Yeah, for real,
A little financing going on over here.
Got a bucket list here, and make sure to do that.
So I got to see the last two Omaha Bud fights, and they were both knockouts there too. And
Those
you
are
were
TKOs, bro. They're not knockouts.
He's on a 9. I think it's 10 now. Every last 10 fights,
Stoppage.
he's knocked him. Yep.
Yeah.
Knocked him out. Last 10 fights.
Remember the knockout is what they. Remember we went down to Omaha and watched him when he fought that Mexican dude.
That's what I mean. He's knocked him out cold.
Well, he got up and he did. He got up and then they ended up working.
Oh yeah.
So he didn't. So those are just TKOs, bro.
Well, he should have stayed down.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though, man. Any headway or kind of have you heard from our boxer down in Omaha?
Oh, Carlos.
Yep.
I just seen him at the Powell. He was up at stand number 3 buying up all kind of food.
Cool, man. Did he give you an
Number
update? Like how?
No,
I know they usually go on how do you call it? Like a medical after they fight. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's 3 months, 6 months.
He said he doesn't have his next fight lined up, but his next fight is going to be for a belt.
Cool.
Because the guy he fought and knocked out this last one,
Yeah.
he was the number one contender for the belt, and Carlos knocked him out. So, Carlos beat him. So now Carlos steps in that. So his next fight, he gets to go try to get a belt.
There you go,
in
man.
his weight division, man. That's
Dang,
so
Bago's
good.
gonna be right behind.
Hey,
him,
man.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The Big Voice Sports Talk Show would really love to go down there and cover that one. That.
Yeah, we gotta get some press credentials,
No,
and
we gotta get
Carlos.
something,
You know,
man.
gotta connect us with that promoter and stuff. We'll get it there, man.
Yeah, we'll get it
there.
Hey, so
for sure.
so we'll keep everybody updated on the boxing thing, man. I mean, being a Bud Crawford fan is. They're supposed to have a parade down in Omaha here.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
We'll have to cover that one too,
I know.
man. You know, nephew inviting us down.
Yeah, come on.
Well, congratulations to Terrence Crawford. That is a bad dude. You know, we've been on a hiatus for Nebraska football for a long time, but we got something to be proud of from Nebraska, and the best boxer in the world.
Yes, in
So
the
it
world,
is
from
y'all.
Nebraska.
The world, say it,
And
y'all.
he's a hardcore Husker fan too, you know. So
Yeah.
that's why it's.
Yes,
that's why.
indeed.
That's pretty cool, man.
Hey, well, thanks. Hey, thanks for coming in and joining us on that Bud Crawford. Our next, we're gonna end the show today talking a little bit about a fundraiser that's going to be happening from the Boys and Girls Club of Winnebago of the Nisochi. It is the Winnebago Boys and Girls Club 22-team golf scramble 2023. Bethany has the visual up right now for those of you that are following on Facebook and YouTube.
Twin Creeks, how is that, guys?
Twin Creeks, it's Pender's got a good course.
It's
Yeah.
a nice 9-hole course. It's pretty good. They always keep it in real good shape, so it's good. Nice course.
And it's really a lot of the Winnebago and Omaha tribal members' home course.
Cool.
Because it's right here.
Yeah.
It's right on the Omaha Res.
Right on.
So, but this golf scramble, this tournament is going to be on September 1st. It's on a Friday. So if y'all are going to be working on September 1st, put your leave in now.
When's Labor Day? Is that the weekend?
Yep.
That Monday or
Yep.
something like that?
Yep.
So, come
Yeah,
down.
long
If you're
weekend.
going to travel somewhere, might as well travel on down here on Friday.
Yeah, but it does say on that Friday, on September 1st, registration starts at 9 a.m. and shotgun, which means the beginning, everybody tees off at 10 o'clock. And then there's a lunch break, and then,
Shit, look at shotgun start at 10 p.m.
oh, man.
Hey, cool.
10,
You better check that.
You guys, that means
Boy.
10 a.m. on
I
there,
mean,
guys.
yep.
10 a.m. We'll be there all night.
It's not a glow ball
All
tournament.
right, global. But so beginning starts at 10 o'clock, but registration's at 9. The 4-man scramble entry fee is for $300. Make all checks payable to Boys and Girls Club of Hokak and Nisochachi. And you guys can see how I spell it right there on the visual. And then if you have any questions, you can pre-register today by emailing gregory.bass@winnebagotribe.com.
I think you know him, right?
Yeah, man.
I might know him.
He's kind of got a cool name. Kind of has a good ring to it.
So,
like
explain to me, and Bethany is producing today's show. Appreciate Bethany. And, let's give her a round of applause,
Yeah,
man. The
man,
whole
for real,
homecoming,
man.
she was in the, and I know that she had a loss in her family, and the crew came together, and she gave them good instructions, and everything went pretty smooth. A couple things, you know what I mean, we'll work on for next year, but nonetheless, I mean, she did a good job.
Yeah, I did hear a lot of good stuff about the live stream too, though. So
Yeah, we
got
put up
relatives all over.
Motown's championship song. Oh man, it's just freaking you
Oh,
watch
man.
it, you talk about goosebumps. Anyways, so a 4-man scramble. Me, Buff, Quince, Bethany. How do we do that? Like, that's
Okay.
Go ahead,
Let me
Buff.
take it. Okay, so what they do is everybody tees off.
everybody tease up.
Everybody tees off, and then whoever has the best ball of all of those, you go and everybody else picks their ball up, and you go to that one ball, and then you guys all hit from that one ball. and it goes all the way like that until the ball is hold, until you drop the ball.
So you're a team.
You're a team.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a team. So like I said, it's just, they call it best ball. They call it a scramble. It's the same thing. Everybody tees off. Go get the best ball, or go get all the other balls, hit from the best one that you got the best look. So once you get up to close, I mean, you'll have a couple shots that one might be behind the tree, but it's doable. One might be over here, One might be right in the middle. You go grab all the other ones and you go to your best looking shot. Then, or whoever has the best lie. It comes like that with your chipping on, you get close to on a putt, then you can go look at your putt. What's the green look like? How is it curving? You want to hit putt uphill, you want to put downhill. Then you guys all decide on it. Then you go get the ball and you go and you putt from that same spot. You do the same thing until the ball's dropped. So,
it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's for a good cause and stuff like that. I know I was talking to Gunu Bass today at the event down at the school parking lot. And he's like, "You gonna get a team in?" So I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like, how much does it cost and stuff? And he was like, "It's $3, you know what I mean? But it's going to the kids.
Yeah.
So help it out.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, and you guys, it is for a good cause. The Boys and Girls Club, they're gonna be putting up a brand new building within the next year or so out to the Ho Chunk Village 2.0.
Yeah, they're gonna have a boxing ring in there.
Oh man, we'll get one.
Dang,
We'll
let's
get
go.
one.
Let's
so
go.
so but this fundraiser here, they're at the beginning stages of some big fundraising ideas.
Yeah.
And this is the first one. And so all you golfers out there and ones that just want to get out in the course, give the Boys and Girls Club a call. Get your 4-man team or 4-person team ready for this tournament. It's all this money going to a good cause. So, good job for putting this one together here.
So if I suck at golf and I'm on a good team, I still have a chance?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
indeed.
Bethany, we'll talk.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes, indeed,
So
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and then Twin Creeks, it's just right down there in Pender. We didn't say that. It's down in Pender, Nebraska. Just hop, skip, and a jump. Back roads. We're right
Cool.
there.
All right.
Yep. So
I predict here in the next 10 years, Winnebago will be having some kind of golf course and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they always have the homecoming golf scramble, tournament that is always on. We could put on some good tournaments here for fundraisers and everything. And
that would have been a good question for Aaron, because there's stuff that's been in the works.
Oh,
for the
cool,
past,
man. That'd be
the past year or so they've been talking about it.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, Aaron's on that
And Aaron's on,
Northeast Nebraska Golf Association.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's him and Anthony Earth and Kenny Boy, and I'm not too sure. A lot of the golfers, the bigger golfers,
Yeah.
those guys been trying. I mean, they even talked about like where would they put it? And they talked about right down here by HCI, I know Buffalo Pasture. They talked about out at the up by Thunder Way in that little area out there. Then even right across out there by the wellness, by the softball fields in that area. So just get a little 9-hole or 18-hole. But it's been talks, I mean, but I know it's been talks for a while, So
That'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
it would be
cool.
good. We get a lot of guys using PTO at work.
I know, right?
I know.
Hiding, dressing like somebody else.
Did you guys ever see that Kings of Comedy where they're talking about like, hey, we can't keep quiet, you know what I mean? When we're live streaming, eventually in 10 years or whatever it's gonna be, man, Q and Eugene will be out there. And just
Hey, one thing I was going to mention about this golf tournament, this fundraiser, is if your business, if you're listening to this and your business, or even, I'll just give you an example. If your business wants to sponsor a pin prize, then get a hold of the Boys and Girls Club, get a hold of Greg down there, and let him know. Just as an example, I told him that my Warpath basketball program will sponsor a pin prize for hole number 6 down there, because I know the course down there, and it's going to be, the pin prizes will be closest to the pin in one shot, but they got to go over the cornfield,
Yeah.
over the trees in the cornfield.
So the
They got cornfield?
the field goes like this. That hole, you tee off and there's trees all along here.
Yeah.
And then the fairway goes this way.
Yeah.
And then it goes this way.
Straight to the left.
But,
okay.
But there's cornfield all over here, and then it comes all the way down here. But if you got a good enough swing, enough, and a long enough drive, you can cut that corner. Otherwise, you'd be sitting down here on the down here.
Oh,
And then you
okay.
gotta
So
hit
it's kind of like an L shape.
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
gotta hit it over the gap there, and there's a cornfield and trees, and hit it, and then get it in the fairway.
Yeah.
That's
Then-
cool.
Yeah, I mean it's doable.
Yeah.
I mean if you're like Kenny Boy, or I think Aaron might slap out and get a couple hits.
Yeah.
And Sky got a good drive. Pete might be able to get it. I got it twice, but if I can stay out of the trees, I might be all right.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So that was my example for pin prize.
Yeah.
It's closest to the pin and one in the fairway, but you got to go over the field. So that's just an example. But if you guys want to sponsor a pin prize, make sure and get a hold of the Boys and Girls Club. Talk to Greg about that.
Cool.
Right on.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to 100.9 The Big Voice Radio. This is the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. I am your host, Coach Q, alongside with my big brother Buffalo Bass, DJ Best Me, and DJ Guaranteed. Until next week, we are out. Peace.